I kind of tended to not tell people that I was homeless a lot, because they just, they either, the general reaction is, they feel sorry for you, and it's not really, it's not that I mind that they feel sorry or whatnot. It's kind of embarrassing, I suppose. I'd say the main place that a lot of people in Kilkenny would sleep if they were sleeping rough would be down the canal or under John's Bridge, or there was a place up underneath Green's Bridge as well. It's kind of like an archway, but it's all boarded up now and barred off, so there's no access to it at all. Like,
must be cold in those areas.
Ah, yeah, it's freezing. I had trouble with the social welfare, banks, the county council, schools, courses. Basically anything that I turned to for support was usually just doors getting shut in my face. Like, a lot of it was you can't claim money if you don't have an address. So how do they expect you to actually get yourself financially covered to get yourself accommodation or an address to even sign up for the dole in the first place? Like, they wouldn't give me the form basically to declare myself homeless. They said that I didn't qualify because I wasn't earning enough money.
I do work in the Father McGrath Centre, and in my line of work I certainly deal with people that would be homeless for different reasons. I'm the Family and Community Services Manager there, and my role really involves working with people that have problems, family problems, whether it be financial, through conflict, domestic violence. It was somebody that I can talk about that came to me, and they did have to move from another county. They had, their life had been threatened basically, and to protect them and their children they had to leave. They did that, but they found themselves in a situation where they were told because they already were on a housing list in another county they couldn't be housed. So it was really, they were in a very difficult position. Now I did support them and advocate for them, and we managed to get something worked out in the end, but those children were in a very difficult position. Yeah, I mean, women, domestic violence, where they've had to leave the family home and had no choice. Sometimes where people have had to move from one county to another even, if they've been in real risk for their lives. I've worked with families, and yet because of the systems, if they're on a housing list in another county, they automatically can't be helped, where they move to for safety. So I think those kind of, there's a lot of barriers stopping people being able to make changes for themselves. And again, like I said, financial issues where people haven't had, if they've lost jobs and things and they've not been able to pay their mortgage, sometimes that's been out of their control. Yeah, I absolutely think by removing the stigma, I think, for a start, those people would feel more enabled themselves to be able to make changes, because I think it really knocks their confidence. But I think as well it would help, with other organisations and everything that works with them, people would give people more of a chance, whereas with that stigma, people seem to think there's issues with people if they're homeless, so they're more reluctant to give them supports and things like that, so absolutely.
Well, what we do here in the Friary is every Tuesday morning, about 10:30 in the morning, we give out groceries out the back of the Friary in Pennyfeather Lane. We give out a group of volunteers, and we give out about 350 bags of groceries every week to people who are in need, and a fair number of them would be of different types. Some would have places to live, others wouldn't, and there would be a few with nowhere to go. The basic things in a bag, it's a very simple bag. It's bread, butter, milk, cheese, beans, cooked tinned rice, Weetabix, cooked ham, packet of biscuits, packet of soup. So just the basics that will keep somebody going if they were tight on cash, We have about, altogether, maybe about 20, and then some of the transition year students come in to help out and get the experience of helping people who are in need. So we have a group of them, we have 20 of them as well, and they come in rotation, but overall we have about 20 regular volunteers, Well, the great thing is, the more important than the food for me is the befriending the people. Like, it's interesting, last Christmas, in the 350 bags that we gave out, we put in 350 Christmas cards, And the people that came back the following week and were more delighted with the Christmas cards and with the food, because nobody would ever send them a Christmas card. So it's making, like, if I go downtown now, a lot of people who come to the project will stop me and chat to me in the street and getting to know their names and that, and they're people who probably would have felt alienated from society before now. So that's very important. Well, nobody likes to tell people they're homeless. We put that stigma on ourselves, you know, and people can be desperate and be pretending everything is grand, you know, because they don't want to lose face, or don't want to look bad. And there should be no stigma with homelessness, because it's not the person's fault, really.